Hey everyone, Vintage Vinny here. Welcome to another haul video. Everything that I'm going to be sharing with you today came from the Boonesboro Antique Mall in Boonesboro, Maryland. So it had been several months since I'd been to this antique mall, and I usually like to give them about 30 days just to have vendors restock or possibly run a sale. And I get busy too. I went on vacation and I went up and saw Scott before I left for the beach, and so you don't get to make it to all of the places that you want to every month. So it's nice because I'm able to kind of rotate out and give antique mall vendors or indoor flea market vendors even more time to restock. So I did, like I said, spend $98.58 on everything that you're going to see. It's only 14 items plus a really cool freebie. So let's go ahead and check out what I got. I found this adorable bunny rattle. This was made by Knickerbocker Plastic Company. Probably would have been put in an Easter basket back in the day, or maybe it was a child's toy. Really cute. I'm gonna stash this with all of my Easter stuff. So at the antique malls they call it an antique store, but it's indoor flea market because people can sell anything. They're not really picky about that. So it's like Boonesboro Antiques and Collectibles, and even though they call themselves, they say Boonesboro Antiques, but they don't care what their dealers sell as long as they're making money. I know that some people, if you're going to an antique store, you really want old stuff because that's what it's called, an antique store. We have places here that are like indoor flea markets. I call them peddlers malls because they can sell new and old, and they're not labeled as antique stores. So you can sell anything. Anyway, so I do pick up some fragrances because you guys know I really do well in that department of buying and selling. This is a brand I've never heard of before. This is called Kahala. It's Hawaiian Surf Cologne Spray. It does smell really nice. It looks like it's from the year 2000. Let me go ahead and re-smell it. It's got a nice light like sea salt smell, which it's almost a little slightly more potent than Innis Energy of the Sea. It's the Demeter Fragrance Library. I don't remember what I paid for that. Let's see. That was about $11. I think maybe... I can't remember off the top of my head. I always make sure I look up any items that I want to put on eBay because I don't want to, buy stuff that's not worth my time to list there. So I went ahead and made sure I was able to look that up. These have actually been at this mall forever. There's one dealer. So there are two sides to this mall. Right when you walk in, there's one side with different rows, and then you have another side. And some of the stuff is kind of stagnant. Some booths just don't change. But sometimes they move things around and it makes it interesting to look. So there's a gentleman there who truly has like flea market type junk. Like he's got everything. Like he's got Christmas. He's got just a random pish posh of everything. And I remembered that he had these for quite a while. And it's the Charlie brand. This was made by Revlon back in the day. This is Moisture Bubble Cologne. It looks like it was originally $8.95 with an $18.50 value. I did look these up in the store, and it looks like they sell for about $25 a bottle. So I will make, before fees and everything, I should make about $19 per bottle. And I invested $6 a piece. Another perfume that I've never heard of before that I hope to get about $30 for. This is called Clarins. Have any of you all ever heard of that brand? I haven't. This brand or this scent is called Par Amour, and it is full. So that was a great buy. These were really interesting, and these actually are from a booth that unfortunately the vendor did pass away, but the son of the vendor was allowed to stay there and mark his dad's booth down to 75% off of everything that he had sitting on shelves for a while. So these, according to the ticket, were dash lights for a car. I love the rainbow gems in there. I think that that's really cool. Those would be neat to display on a shelf, I think. I've seen different animal trinket boxes by the Anchor Hawking Company, but I've not seen the chicken or hen. I'm going to do a little bit more research to see if this has any potential value on eBay. I could be totally wrong about it, but I've just never seen it. And it was a good price, so I went ahead and picked that up. And then I did include the freebie in this portion of the video, and that would be this killer cool Evel Knievel action figure from the 70s. And what makes it even cooler is the fact that he has the original helmet. I can't remember off the top of my head who made this. I want to say maybe it was like Mego or something. And if I'm not mistaken, maybe about a couple years ago, or maybe like right after things started opening up from the temporary shutdowns of COVID, I remember seeing one of these in a locked case. And I thought, how cool is he? I just didn't want to pay the price that the vendor was asking. But I guess this vendor moved out and left some things, and they just threw it on a free table just to get rid of it. And I'm really surprised nobody else went for it. I think what adds to the value is the fact that he has his helmet, which I may take a magic eraser and clean because it's kind of dirty. But how stinking cool is that? An Evel Knievel toy. I mean, this guy was a legend in the 60s and 70s for his daredevil acts with his motorcycle. But I was not expecting to see that on a free table in an antique store. Alright, so forgive me for having the hen and the dash lights up here. I just didn't have enough space for the other items that I wanted to share with you all. I did manage to find this really cool silhouette. It's reverse painted of an Indian or Native American on a horse. I thought that would make a really cool piece to have for Thanksgiving if you decorate for that holiday. And I don't really buy the Cubist fairy lamps anymore. I think we've oversaturated the market with them. If I can get them relatively inexpensive, I can sell them to you all for a very reasonable price. Unfortunately, when I bought it, I did not realize that one of the... I'm trying to figure out where it is. That looks like candle wax. There is a slight little... Oh, it's right here where my finger is. Right there, there's a slight little chip, but I can smoothen that. Well, it doesn't feel too sharp, but I'm going to smoothen that out before I sell it. And you can always turn it the other way and nobody's going to see it. Based on what I paid for it, I'll probably just ask like 10 or 12 bucks for it. That way somebody still gets a decent price for it. So I did get a couple of clocks. I love the old clock radio combos. I think they're really cool. I would love to find one in aqua or turquoise, but that's a very popular color, so I know I probably have to shell out a little bit of money for that. But I will take what I can get when I find it for a good price. I also got this clock here, and that was actually my most expensive item. That was, let's see, call it about $18. And I paid up for it because look at the clock face. It's for the Philadelphia Inquirer, and it's got a building. And this was manufactured by the Warren Telecron Company. So I thought that was really cool. Unfortunately, it does not work. I have to tinker with it and see if I can maybe find an old cord. They rewired it, and it it's a shoddy job, and I also have to get a little clock key because I can't wind the time up. So that was really cool, and it was very unique. I've never seen anything quite like that before, so I went ahead and picked that up. Upon doing some research, I did discover that a Bakelite clock with that exact same clock face on it sold for $67. Granted, it could have been because the clock was Bakelite. I really don't have any idea because there were no other ones listed like it. But it is very cool. Again, I love the Philadelphia Inquirer building as part of the clock face. I think that was really cool. Now the other clock is a General Electric, what did the tag say? It's a GM57AM radio. The guy who had it was the same dealer that I bought the Charlie Revlon bubble cologne. Like I said, he's got a pish posh of everything. I saw this in a case, like an open case that had a few things in it. And I liked the look of it. I think it definitely has a 50s, 60s look to it. And where I found Evel Knievel, there was an outlet, so I was able to plug both of these in. And thankfully, the clock on the GE clock radio does work. Unfortunately, the Philadelphia Inquirer clock does not work. But that is okay because I'm sure I can find a way to tinker with it. And then there's only one other item. And this was on the bottom of a shelf. I couldn't believe it. I got a 1916 Coca-Cola tray with Elaine, also known as the World War I girl. You can tell that this is original by the markings right there. The Coca-Cola Company, Passaic Metalwares in Passaic, New Jersey. And I only paid $5 for it. I do have one of these listed in my eBay store right now. It's in better shape than this one. I'm not sure if I'll be listing this on eBay or if I will put this in a live sale for a really good price. We will see. So that is everything that I would like to share with you all from my trip to the Boonesboro Antique Mall. Let me know down below in the comments section what were your favorite items from this haul. Hopefully on Thursday, after running a few errands and my therapy appointment, I will be able to do some serious listings. I'm kind of behind. I got some stuff that I need to list that I bought when I was visiting the old Curiosity Shop and just from the last few weeks of thrifting. So I really need to play catch up and get my store flooded with some new merchandise. So keep your eyes peeled on my eBay store. If you're not following me over there, please make sure you do. Heck, just to see what I have. I mean, because sometimes you just never know. I may list something that I don't show in a haul. I do kind of lean more towards doing the antique mall hauls because that's where I find my best stuff. Thrift stores, hit or miss, but you just never know. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.